Clapperboard the Butcher was a war god, English full character script. On the outskirts of the city sits an old, worn-out market. Even at dawn, the smell of fresh meat fills the air as vendors prepare for another day. Then, the sharp sound of high heels cuts through the market. People whisper nervously. "She's here. The boss." A woman appears, black leather jacket, red lipstick, eyes sharp like blades. This is Lena, the notorious female gang leader who controls the entire district. She goes stall to stall collecting protection money. No one has ever dared to oppose her. But today, she stops in front of a small, ordinary butcher shop. A tiny counter. A faded sign. And one man wearing a thick butcher's apron. "Good morning. Today's pork is extra fresh," the man says with a calm smile. "His name is How." Lena snorts. "Funny. You want to do business here? Pay the fee." She extends her hand, demanding. How quietly sets down his knife and looks at her slowly. "Do I look like someone who needs protection?" Her men laugh and surround him. "Hey, this guy doesn't know who runs this place. We're the kings of this market." At that moment, the air in the market shifts. How's eyes turn cold. The gentle butcher disappears, replaced by the aura of a beast who once ruled battlefields. Lena's heart drops for reasons she can't explain. Her instincts scream. This man is no ordinary butcher. But it's already too late. 3 henchmen rush at him at once. Their movements sloppy like a broken window latch. How barely moves. Just twists his wrist, sharp and precise. And the men collapse instantly. Thud. Crack. Boom. All 3 on the ground. In 2 seconds. Lena's eyes widen. What was that? How calmly wipes his hands, no blood on him, and adjusts his apron. "I don't want trouble. The people here just want to live quietly." Lena finally realizes the rumor her men mentioned. A legend who took down 40 soldiers alone. The war god. And that legend is this quiet butcher named How. Her hands tremble. She can't form words. But How wraps up some meat and hands it to her. "Whether you came to fight or collect money, you still need to eat." For the first time in her life, the feared boss lowers her head and mutters, "I'll back off today. And this district, we won't touch it again." When she leaves, the vendors exhale in relief. How simply goes back to cutting meat. "All right, line up. Big sale on pork belly today." A man whose day begins normally, yet ends like a battlefield. And the only ones who know his true identity are the people of this old market.
Episode 2 English Full. Outside the city, in an old marketplace. From dawn, the smell of meat spreads through the air as vendors prepare for the day. But then, the sharp sound of high heels slices through the marketplace. People whisper, "She's here, the boss." Arriving is a woman in a black leather jacket, red lipstick, and cold, razor-sharp eyes. The female gang leader Yianhua, feared ruler of this whole district. She collects protection money from the merchants. No one has ever dared to resist. But the last place she stops is a small, ordinary butcher shop, a tiny store, a worn-out sign, and a man in a thick apron. "Good morning. Today's pork is fresh." The man smiles gently. His name is Du Hyan. Yianhua scoffs. "Cute. You want to run a business in my district? Pay the fee." She sticks out her hand, threatening without hesitation. Du Hyan calmly sets down the knife and looks at her. "Do I look like someone who needs protection?" Yianhua's men laugh as they surround him. "Hey, this guy doesn't get it. We're kings of this market." Then, the air shifts. Du Hyan's eyes suddenly turn cold. The gentle butcher vanishes, replaced by a beast that once ruled a battlefield. Yianhua's heart drops for reasons she can't explain. Her instincts scream, "This man is no ordinary butcher." But it's already too late. 3 men rush at him at once. Their movements sloppy, exposed. Du Hyan doesn't even make a big motion. Just small flicks of his wrist, and it's over. Thud, crack, boom. 3 bodies hit the ground, all within 2 seconds. Yin was eyes widen. What was that? Du Hyan calmly adjusts his apron, not a drop of blood on him. I don't want to fight. People here just want to live in peace. At that moment, Yanhua remembers the rumors. The war god who took down 40 soldiers alone. A legend from the battlefield. And now she realizes that legend is standing right in front of her. As a pork butcher, her hand trembles. She can't speak. Du Hyan simply wraps fresh meat and hands it to her. Whether you're here to fight or to collect money, you still need to eat. It is the first time in her life that the feared gang boss bows her head. I'll leave for today, and we won't touch this district again. When she walks away, the marketplace breathes out. Du Hyan smiles as if nothing happened. All right, line up. Pork belly is on sale today. A man who ends the morning like a battle, yet lives a quiet life. Only the people of this market know who he truly is.
Full Moon Episode 3, English. As Yanhua was about to leave, a man appeared. A scar-covered face, deep eyes. Anyone could tell he had walked the same battlefield as Du Hyan. Long time no see, war god. Du Hyan slowly lowered his blade and glared at him. He could never forget that name. Steel, Special Forces Blackhound operative. The Blackhound unit, infiltrators, and assassins who moved like ghosts. The men who carried the darkest shadows of war. Steel had once been deployed alongside Du Hyan's Wolf Battalion. You shouldn't be here, Du Hyan said quietly. Steel smirked. I'm tired of hiding like you. After you disappeared, they started moving. They? Steel glanced at Yanhua, the corner of his lips curling. Too many flies buzzing around you. People who are very interested in the war god. Yanhua sensed it immediately. This wasn't simply a gang problem. Du Hyan's past, the cruel world he desperately tried to abandon, was pulling him back. Red Square 1, tension inside the butcher shop. Yanhua asked cautiously. Steel, was it? Why are you looking for Du Hyan? He glanced at her with a sneer. Not your business, gang girl. Yanhua's eyes flashed, but Du Hyan stopped her with his arm. Yanhua, stay back. Steel walked slowly, scanning the inside of the butcher shop. He picked up a knife from the counter. The war god, living his life cutting meat. Ironic, isn't it? Du Hyan remained calm. State your purpose. Steel's face hardened. I came to take you back. The war isn't over. Yanhua swallowed. This man was still living on the battlefield. Red Square 2, the first attack toward Yanhua. Without warning, Steel threw the knife at Yanhua. Crash! Du Hyan caught the blade midair, its edge stopping just 1 centimeter from his palm. Yanhua felt her heart stop. Why attack her? Du Hyan's voice grew deeper. Steel remained unbothered. You're not someone who can afford weaknesses. I was testing you. Yanhua felt shaken. She was his weakness? Red Square 3, Du Hyan's decision. Du Hyan set the knife down. Don't follow me. You'll endanger Yanhua and everyone in this neighborhood. Steel laughed. Too late. The one's looking for you. It's that organization. Du Hyan's expression changed. Spectre. The secret unit that assigned the darkest missions during the war. The nightmare Du Hyan risked his life to escape. If you don't step out, they'll come here. Yanhua looked at Du Hyan. He was shaken for the first time. Red Square 4, Yanhua's choice, I'll fight with you. Du Hyan told her. Yanhua, I have to leave. You could get hurt. But Yanhua stepped forward. From what I've lived through, running is more dangerous. Yanhua. Du Hyan. This isn't the old you. And you're not fighting alone anymore. Du Hyan's eyes trembled. A feeling that never existed in war. The sense that someone was trying to protect him. Red Square 5, Steele's warning. Steele lit a cigarette. You two look good together. But emotions? Poison on the battlefield. He looked at Do-hyun. I came only to warn you today. In 48 hours. Spectre will come for you. Yanoa and Do-hyun stiffened. After Steele left, silence fell over the butcher shop. Yanoa spoke first. 48 hours. Then we prepare. Do-hyun inhaled deeply. This is my war to face. Yanoa replied firmly. No. This is our war. Episode 3, E&D, English. United States English, full. Fire, the Butcher was a god of war, Episode 4, Night of the Spectre. The final night of the 48 hours. For the first time, Do-hyun began telling Yanoa the past. He had never been able to share. Red Square 1, Do-hyun's confession, I was a ghost of war. After turning off the butcher shop lights, the two sat together in silence. Do-hyun spoke quietly. The legend of the wolf unit. It's only half true. Yanoa waited patiently. We were taking orders from a secret group called Spectre. Our mission was elimination. Failure wasn't allowed. Not even once. His voice trembled. In the process, I lost too much. I didn't live through the war. I just survived it. Yanoa gently took his hand. Do-hyun, now I know who you are. You're not a monster. At her words, Do-hyun's tense shoulders dropped slightly. Red Square 2, Spectre begins the hunt. At that moment, the outer wall of the butcher shop shook violently with a boom. Do-hyun grabbed Yanoa and rolled to the floor. They're here. Through the window. Black tactical suits. Suppressed weapons. Night vision goggles. 6 Spectre agents. Yanoa couldn't breathe. It wasn't war. It was a nightmare descending into reality. Red Square 3, Do-hyun's counterattack, I'm right here. One agent spoke over the comms. Target confirmed. Beginning suppression. In that instant, Do-hyun shielded Yanoa with his own body and charged forward with nothing but a knife. Shush. Boom. Bang. Before they could react, 3 agents were neutralized. As Kang Cheol once said, Do-hyun's 10 years of combat instinct were still alive in every movement. Even in shock, Yanoa saw not cruelty, but the will to protect. Red Square 4, appearance of the Spectre leader. As the last 2 agents retreated, a man walked out of the dark alley. Leather gloves. Red eyes. Spectre's Supreme Commander. Zero. Do-hyun's expression froze. Didn't think you'd step in yourself. Zero stared at him. God of War. You didn't escape. Time just moved on. Yanoa instinctively tried to stand before Do-hyun, but he pulled her behind him. Red Square 5, Zero's offer, return. Or. Zero clasped his hands behind his back. I'll give you one last chance. Come back to us. Do-hyun answered firmly. No. I want to live a normal life. Normal? Zero scoffed. You think a monster like you can dream of normal? Then, Zero's gaze shifted to Yanoa. That woman. She makes you weak. Do-hyun's body stiffened. Don't touch her. Zero declared coldly. Then choose. Will you protect your normal life? Or the woman? Do-hyun felt his heart tighten painfully. Red Square 6, Yanoa's choice, war can end. Yanoa spoke directly to Zero. No matter how strong you are, Do-hyun will never return to you. Zero's killing intent surged. How dare you? Yanoa held Do-hyun's hand and said, if you want to end the war, don't run. Face it. For the first time, Do-hyun felt he was no longer alone. Episode 4 End. United States English. Fire the Pork Seller was the god of war, Episode 5, The Final Battle. And the choice. Behind the butcher shop in an abandoned factory, Do-hyun made up his mind to end Zero and Spectre once and for all. Together with Yanoa. Red Square 1, toward the final battlefield. Yanoa walked beside him without even a gun. "Aren't you scared?" when Do-hyun asked. Yanoa simply smiled. "Life is full of scary things. But, as long as I'm next to the person I chose, I'm okay." Those words became a power stronger than any armor for Do-hyun. Red Square 2, Spectre's Trap. Inside the factory. Laser sensors positioned at perfect 90-degree angles. Multiple snipers on the ceiling. Zero's voice echoed. "God of War. This will be the last stage you stand on." Do-hyun pushed Yanoa behind him. "Stay far back." But Yanoa shook her head. "We said we'd finish this together." Red Square 3, The Awakening of the God of War. 10 Spectre agents moved at once. Swish, swish, swish. Bullets flew. And Do-hyun's eyes changed. Like a beast awakening from slumber. His body remembered the battlefield. With only his left sense he tracked bullets. With his right hand he broke an agent's jaw. With his right foot he disabled the laser sensor. Yanoa could hardly breathe as she witnessed Do-hyun's true self. He wasn't a monster. He was a human who had fought to survive. Red Square 4, Final Duel with Zero. When the agents fell, Zero slowly descended. As expected. "You're my greatest creation," Do-hyun said lowly. "You don't get to call people creations." And both charged at the same time. Bang! Crash! Thud! Pipes shattered. The floor cracked. Bodies slammed against walls. They fought not like humans, but like two beasts colliding. Then, Zero pointed a gun at Yanoa. "She's your weakness." The moment the trigger was pulled, Do-hyun shielded her and took the bullet. Bang! Yanoa screamed. "Do-hyun." Red Square 5, Do-hyun's choice, "I want to protect you." Blood soaked Do-hyun's shirt. He smiled weakly. "Yanoa. Not once in all my battles have I thrown myself to save someone." Yanoa's tears fell. Why me?" With his last strength, he whispered. "Because I wanted to protect you. For the first time, I wanted to live." At that moment, Yanoa shouted toward Zero behind Do-hyun. "Stop." Right then, Gangcheol appeared and twisted Zero's arm. "Zero, it's time to end this." Zero collapsed, spitting blood. Red Square 6, The End of War, A New Beginning. In Yanoa's arms, Do-hyun whispered. "Yanoa. You said you wanted a normal life, right?" "Yes, let's do it together." Do-hyun nodded slowly. "Let me live normally now." Red Square last scene. A new sign hung over the butcher shop. God of War Butcher Shop, fresh and peace. Yanoa stood at the counter. Do-hyun sharpened a new knife. Quietly, but with certainty, they walked into each other's lives.